I get off of work at 5 o'clock. I get off of work at 5 o'clock, and it's 8 o'clock, and I probably get home around maybe 9:20 maybe. But that's okay. Y'all riding with me, so ride with me. So I had a whole bunch of reports that I needed to do. Um, I also had, well, I had a whole bunch of these. I had to do all of these reports, not all of these reports. I had to, in my line of business, what I deal with is I deal with property management. And I had some folks who they owe a lot of money in back rent. So I went to the state to try to see, why are you so close? So I went to the state to try to see if I can, get these residents some help. And I was like, yeah, I can try to do that. Not realizing like I really had to do paperwork. Like I really had to do so much. So that took me a couple of days. But I'm really praying that these folks will get funding from the state and everybody will be happy. It's a win-win situation for everybody. They don't lose their home. Y'all get your money. Look great on my books. But I had to deal with that not too long ago. And then I had to deal with another report that my last position, the report was way worse than this report. I'm like, why aren't my numbers adding up? Why? And now I'm getting tired. I already told my supervisor I was going to have that report to her. So I'm just getting really, really, really extremely tired. Like I'm just getting tired. And so, I was just after I knew that the numbers were going to come out and match what was on the sheet. The numbers did not, and I was just like, I can't. And I literally said this. I was like, Father, can you please help me, God? Can you just help me, Father? The minute I said that, a thought came into my brain, my mind. And the thought was, remember that $40 that's not really there? Subtract it. And I said, you got to be kidding me. I subtracted that $40 and there was the number. And I realized this. I do this a lot where I try to take things in my own hands and in my own control, whether it be with my everyday life, whether it be with anything. And all I have to do is go to my father and ask him. That's it. So I'm like asking God, like, I really want my load to be light. I want to live a fruitful life where it's stress free, abundance, great health, wealth, and I can enjoy spending quality time with my daughter while having more than enough to pay for every expense. And that's where I'm at with it. That's where I'm like, I should have asked God, because we take things into our own hands and we figure we can do it, we can do it, we can do it. I have had times, I don't know if y'all have ever had this happen to y'all, but I've had times where I couldn't find something. And I'm like, I can't find it. And I was taught this a long time ago. If I can't do it on my own, I'll just be like, Father, could you please show me where it's located at? Could you please show me where it's located at, Father? And literally, within a matter of seconds, my eyes will point in a direction, or I'll turn and it's like right there, or I'll go somewhere randomly and there it is, you know? And I've been teaching my daughter this thing where you got to learn how to ask God for certain things. One time my daughter, she came and she ran and she was crying because she couldn't find this beautiful, well, her beautiful rock that she found outdoors when she was at the playground. So she came crying, and that's what's going on. And she's just like, I can't find it. And I said, let's do this. Let's pray. So we prayed and we asked God to show us where this rock was. And when we walked in the room, looked around, and I said, look. And she looked over and we found that rock and we praised God. Certain things I really realized, I'm not doing things on my own and you're not doing things on your own. There is a power that is greater than all of us that makes things happen. And if I would have just asked God 3 hours ago, he would have showed me. If I would have asked him 3 hours ago, he would have shown me. So that was a lesson to be learned again that I already knew, but I was like, I just feel so tired. Like literally, I was in there, and I mean, it's 8 o'clock right now, and I'm not going to get home until about the time I get home. I gotta take a shower. See, my daughter, she's gonna be chilling because she ain't got school tomorrow, so she's gonna probably be in her zone. But goodness, y'all, I could have literally just asked the Lord and would have been perfectly fine. But no, Mona wanted to try to figure it out herself. Y'all should have seen me. I was calculating like, I mean, I think I calculated that sheet like 30 daggone times. I highlighted each number by categories: green, blues, yellow, purple. Then I unhighlighted and I said it gotta match. It gotta match. And then when it didn't match, I was just like, I know math, so why is it not adding? Why is it not adding up? And literally I was just like, Father, could you please show me? And it, like, literally, the thought came in my mind. Remember that $40 that wasn't supposed to be there? And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So I subtracted that $40 from that entire number, and there it was. And I was like, for now on, Lord, I'm asking you for everything. Give me wisdom, knowledge, direct my footsteps. We do stuff. We overly do stuff. We overly do stuff. We we just do the most, and we think like, we just overly do things. We do the most. We do the most. All I had to do was just ask God instead of stressing and whining and crying and taking everything into into my own hands. All I had to do was just ask God. And that's with anything. I'm not just talking about the job. I'm talking about with anything. You know, asking it should be given to you. Seeking you should find. Knock on the door and it should be open. Like, some of us have forgotten the basic principle of asking and believing and watching God show up and actually do it, that y'all been stressing yourselves out freaking silly. And you know what? I'm talking to my own self with this, because literally I could have been had the answer 3 hours ago. I could have been had that answer 3 hours ago. So I, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm grateful. I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. I just need a good night rest, and I'm gonna pick all my clothes out for tomorrow. Get a good night rest, and I'm gonna be ready early in the morning to process some stuff, and I'm gonna rock out. And this weekend, I just want to just chill. I really want to do some. I really want to do some videos. I really want to do some videos. So that's pretty much all I have to say about that. A lot of people, you know what? Some people that like to listen to other things, but I'm literally trying to create a peaceful life, and a life that's I'm not working hard. I'm working smart. I'm working smart and not hard. And so I have to remember, like, God controls everything. I don't control nothing. God controls everything. And sometimes we stress ourselves out when we don't need to stress ourselves out. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes we jumping over hoops when we didn't even, all we had to do was walk straight across. We losing sleep over things that are already set in stone of what's going to happen, you know? And everything, this is the thing, in everything you should be asking God for guidance, whether it be in your relationships, whether it be with people, in everything we need to be asking God for guidance, you know. And so, I just feel like certain things are just like certain things are it could have been avoided. Certain things could have been avoided, and certain things could have been avoided. I'm learning my way. I'm picking. Another thing too is I'm picking and choosing my battles. Like, I'm not fighting stupid wars no more. I'm not fighting petty stuff no more. And I really believe too that life and death is in the power of the tongue. We do. I know it's so hard, and I even find myself going back to certain ways of thinking by the things that I look at. And I'm like, I'm really trying to rise above that. And that's why it's so important that the company you keep, they got to be like-minded folks to want to get to that level, or you're going to find yourself flying solo by yourself. And sometimes that's a great thing. Sometimes there's nothing wrong with that, especially when you don't want where you came from. You get what I'm saying? When you don't want to be in a certain lifestyle or a certain circle of folks, and you really want to go above and try to see what else there is out there, and live your life in a peaceful, productive way. You can have an abundant lifestyle. I was talking to my supervisor earlier, and she was saying that you set the tone of you can set the tone of the people you attract to come around you, to be a part of a certain area, a place, or whatever you want to call it. Um, and I believe that. I believe when a person goes around and they can look at something as a and be like, this looks like a dump. This ain't, what is this? But when you meet the people and the people carry themselves with poise and well mannered, you want to be around folks like that because you see the potential and what they're trying to do with that place, and you want to be a part of that team to help out with it. But if you are around something crazy, when you around something crazy, you gonna end up winding up being crazy like them. So it's important to set the trends, be a trendsetter. But one lesson I've learned today is I have learned very, very well that number one, pick and choose your battles, and number two, work ain't that hard, but you make it hard because you don't ask God to intervene or to deal with the situation. Sometimes, too, even in relationships, if you would have asked God to show you, is this a good man for me, Father? Should I be with this person? Should I engage? Like, Lord, is this a good person for me? Or maybe you should pray and ask God, like, I want a husband that I'm going to be with, married for the rest of my life. And if it's not going to be a good man that I'm going to be with, then I don't want to be matched up with none of. Unless that's what, sometimes you got to be specific. Oh, I always say that word wrong. Be specific. 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 Whatever. Y'all get what I'm saying. Specific. Sometimes you have to like let little details be known, like your expectations and what you're looking for. You know, in a nutshell. Oh, my other numbers match to the T's. Those numbers had to match because they were the only 8,400 numbers. Sorry, y'all. Think about work again, and that's another thing too, is that I have to remember too that work is work, home is home, life is life. Like work don't define your life. Okay, when people look at me, I'm not defined by the title that I have. You know, and another thing too that I'm starting to get, like, I appreciate some content that's on YouTube because, I be looking like what's going on. The Bible says the eye is never tired of seeing, the ear is never tired of hearing. But sometimes I get tired of y'all. Woe is me, woe is mine. Gloom and doom is coming. What it will do? Oh, I'm like, if you read the Bible, at the end we win. Stop it. Like, I remember looking at something, y'all. It stressed me out so much from looking at this thing. I just said, Father, I can't deal with this stress. You gotta take over. I'm casting my cares upon you, Lord. I can't deal with this no more. I can't deal with soldiers are coming, bombs away, and famine, and people getting fired from jobs. I just can't. Father, I give this over to you because you know what's going to happen before it happens. You know what's going to happen at the end. Like, I just don't have time to be stressing like that. Like, I thought the news was bad. The news will really have you drinking. You know what I mean? The news will have you drinking. That's why I don't even look at the news. But the content that I be seeing on YouTube, I'm like, again. I'm like, you really selling. gloom and doom, man. Like, stop. But then I'm like, some people, that's what they want to listen to. They on that vibration. That's the vibration level they on. They on the gloom and doom vibrate, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I can't. I can't. I'm worried. I'm worried out. And like my dad used to say, I'm all sorry out. I'm worried out. I don't feel like worrying no more. I don't have no more. I don't have no more worry coins. I I don't feel like worrying today. And then, I be thinking about that dag on that witch from the Wiz when she was like, "Don't nobody bring me no bad news." I'm like, I don't want to hear no bad news. Okay, I don't want to hear no bad news. I don't want to hear it. Not today, Satan. Not today. But I mean, that's what I be thinking, you guys. That's what I be thinking. I be like, goodness. Y'all always talking about sound alarms. Everybody's heading for the bunkers this week. I'm like, and don't get it twisted. We got to be alert. That's why I be listening. I be listening to the dreams. Like I'm I'm a big fan of dreams that God has given his children. I would listen to some dreams and be like, oh, that's interesting. Oh yeah, God is coming. He's near. I listen to dreams. I listen to dreams that believers and non-believers getting from the Lord, because he said in these last days I should pour out my flesh on my spirit on all flesh. That's your sons and your daughters will prophesy. I'm sorry, y'all have to read the scripture. So I pay attention to the signs. I need to know what's going on. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I can't wait to get home in my bed. I don't even, I just want to get home and and I just want to get home. But yeah, that would have saved me a lot. You know what I realized? A lot of things I went through in my life would have saved me a huge heartache if I would have just asked God to intervene. If I would have just said, Father, I need you to intervene, Lord. Like really, I need you to really intervene. We take it upon ourselves so many times, stressing and eyeballs hurting and stuff and headaches and can't really do too much, just stressing. Just stressing. Yeah. So I'm on my way. On my way in a house. And yeah, but that's pretty much all I have to say about that. I should have just asked God to help me, and I'm so grateful that He did. And I was able to finish up my last little reports and send off today. And so today was a very productive day. And Tomorrow's going to be even better. And tomorrow, because I don't have a lot to do, tomorrow I'm getting off of work on time. I will be leaving out of that office at 5 o'clock. And yeah, and then I'll be able to do everything that I need to do. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say to that is like we should have I should have asked God for help. I should have asked God for help. Mm. This is when you know I'm tired. I'm tired now. I'm tired, Tellies. Tired, tired, tired. So I'm a you know what I think I want to do this weekend? I think I'm gonna create me a song. I've been trying to find a song to create. Like I've been trying to create a beautiful song to just listen to. I think I'm gonna do that, and then yeah, that's what I plan to do. Create a nice song, and I don't even have nothing to say, you guys. I guess that's a good thing. Sometimes you don't have nothing to say. You just don't have nothing to say. Am I the only one who you ever spoke to somebody? Let me tell you something. It's really important that people understand, like, some people you talk to, am I the only one who does this? I think everybody is connected. I think I think this is the way I look at human beings. I feel like we are all connected in one way, fashion, or form. Like we are all connected. That's why someone can help someone to help someone. It's like the system when you really think about it. Like we feed the system and the system feeds us, but together we are connected. And I know you're like, well, Mona, what do you mean by that? Like, take for example, the mail woman. She drops off the mail to, they already got their Christmas stuff out. She drops off mail to my home so I can get mail. The person who wrote the letter sent this is a different person, and it's like everything is intertwined, and that's just on the level of what we the titles. But I think people were meant to help each other. We're meant to help each other. And whether it could be someone helping you as a doctor, a nurse, a realtor, the person behind the cash register, the delivery man, the trash man, the the gardener, the exterminator, the the guy who's delivering your fries, the plumber. Like everybody has some type of role where it's help, and that's just the title. But then let's go to the comforters, the ones who teach you things, and us as human beings. I feel like we mimic what we see, and we can become way smarter than what we are. But some people don't realize that we all have a power. We all have a supernatural power. And the reason why some have not been activated is because of the distractions of social media, the distractions with the news, the distraction, like you name it, whatever you can feel, you know yourself. You can literally ask yourself, what has been a huge distraction in your life to stop you from bringing forth an idea that you had or wanted to create? Would have stopped you or stunt your growth to become the best you than ever? It could be drugs, alcohol. It could be relationships, the woman you with, the man you with. You could say it could be your children. You could say it could be your handicap or this, but I don't think handicap or disability would still stop you from being your potential, but from being your top potential of doing things. But and then also too, I think like, you know, what is what is success? Success is the worthy idea of a goal. That's what I think. And I know, what's the name said it the best. You know, Earl Nightingale said it the best. The teacher who enjoys being a teacher, that's a success. The wife who wants to be a good wife, that's a success. It's a worthy idea. And I like how he used as an example, like a ship that's at port. And if you basically let this ship go, 9 times out of 10, it's not even going to make it out of dock. It's just going to sit there or sink or brush the shore somewhere. Most of the time, more than anything, anyone who has a ship, if you focus on your goal, it has to get there because you're focusing and you're navigating on that ship to get there. So, like my situation, like I still have my bottled water business where I'm going to place those things in grocery stores. That's my goal. But I've been so distracted by other things, and I had other hiccups that came across in my life, a career that, in one field it just didn't work out, and then it had me searching for another career because of course you got bills to pay, right? So I don't know, I mean I do know, but I really feel like people are very, very smart and very intelligent. More, a lot of people are just, they're like, this thing is just as intelligent, but not as humans. Humans have supernatural powers. And I honestly believe that the reason why, people are starting to awaken of consciousness and they're being aware of their consciousness. Those people who are awake and know of their very own existence look around them and they see like, okay, I'm here for a reason. Something that I'm supposed to do, you know, and others don't see it because they're just so consumed by technology and they're so consumed by that adrenaline rush of knowing more of things that are going on versus what you need to be doing and how you can impact the very environment that you're in right now, if you understand what I'm saying. I know some of y'all like, what are you talking about, Mona? These are my thoughts. These are my thoughts. These are my thoughts. Oh my goodness. I be thinking like that and I just be like, you know what? And so a lot of folks are into, like myself, I'm into consciousness. I'm into, you know, trying to think good thoughts and trying not to get so upset and boggled down by things that we can't control. And also, I'm realizing like everybody has their own life path, and what you do today, it can mold your tomorrow, but nobody knows what your tomorrow will bring. So you really gotta honestly just focus on your day. You know what I mean? You gotta literally like, don't worry about tomorrow. You really got it. That's what Jesus says. Don't worry about tomorrow, what you will eat, what you will wear. Look at the birds. You see how they, they don't even trip about what they wearing and what they eating. Yet they be flocking and flying and doing them. They be doing them. Because God, they know that God cares and God got them. And that's what we need to get to the point where no matter what it looks like, God has you. He's in control. You know, He's in control. But I know for now on, and I be doing that sometimes. I be like, Father, please. And I'm like, I should have did that. I feel so stupid. Like I should have asked God 3 hours ago. I should have asked him 3 hours ago. I would have been had I would have been out of that office and at home already relaxing in my bed, getting ready for, doing me, just relaxing, seeing my baby. I should have been asked God. And now I just ask God, I'm like, Father, I really want a life where, struggle free, where things are just no fast paced, things are just flowing easy. And, you know, take my time to just analyze things before I jump out and say certain things. And I'm learning that too. I'm learning to not get so frustrated when things don't go my way. I'm learning to not allow things to irritate me or mess with me. I'm also learning to not not worry about tomorrow. Like it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. I think let me tell you something too. Your faith is way more than your worrying. When I can put my faith and say, I already told my father, I already brought it before him, and I know he got me. That's it. Now, I will honestly say these last couple of weeks, I've seen it with my own eyes. I was just like, I'm not worrying about this, Lord. I'm giving this over to you because I can't. Like you get to the point where you're just like, okay, I'm 41 years old. You've always gotten me out of a pickle when I was in my teens, in my 20s, and in my 30s. Now I'm in my 40s. Lord, I need to, nowadays it's a little different. See, what's different now when I ask God is that I don't, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but it's not like I'm sitting up here like, oh, the reason why these things are happening is because I shouldn't have went on that date last night drinking the way I was drinking. I don't have to have any type of guilt because I know that, I'm trying out here and I'm not perfect and I still need help. But one thing I'm not doing is I ain't out here sinning. Hint, hint. But I still need help though too. Like I be like, Father, I need help and how to love folks regardless. Like I mean, I'm the type of person anyway. I get along with a lot of folks. When people do me wrong, sometimes I just be like, you know what? I ain't helping those people. And then I'll be like, nah, man, just go ahead. But dang, man, it's 8:30. Oh, I think did I say I was gonna make it home at 8:30? What time did I say I was gonna make it home? I left at 7, didn't I? I don't even know these days. But I know from now on I'm gonna start leaving the office on time. 5 o'clock, get I'm out the door. And the reason why is because I got everything under control now. Plus, I need to have a middle ground where I need to be it feels absolutely lovely out here. Like it feels gorgeous, lovely. Like it feels beautiful. It feels like it's not even fall. Can you believe in a couple of days we're gonna be in December? Man, you know what? I can't wait. I think by the time I think by the time I be 30 years old, that's when cars are going to be driving and be like, where would you like to go, Ramona? Well, I'm glad you asked. Take me to New York, please. The route to New York is going to take approximately 4 hours and 21 minutes. We would need to stop by the gas station to gas up. Should I make a reservation? I can see that right now. And I'm like, absolutely. I totally see that happening in the future. You got to make reservations to go to the gas station. You got to make reservations. No, I wouldn't say you have to make reservations. I don't even think they're going to have gas stations anymore. I think they're going to definitely have cooler in cars. I am really upset that one of my friends, well, I wouldn't say I'm upset, but she was talking about how she wanted her funeral to be. And I was like, look, ain't nothing wrong with you. Like, stop it. And because I'm really big on imagining things. And so if you start bringing things up and I start imagining things, you create reality. And I'm like, hold up. Thoughts can become things. So I had to kind of tell her that, and and oh yeah. What I was trying to say, like, y'all, sometimes when I'm tired, I talk and I lose train of thought. But what I was trying to say is that we're connected. We're all connected, because I find myself with, let's say, for instance, I speak to a friend, and a friend brings up a distant cousin somewhere overseas and the situation that they went through. All of a sudden, I'll end up getting this connection with somebody I don't even know off of the story that this person told me. It's very weird. That's why I'm like, we as human beings, we are all connected for real. It is absolutely lovely out here. Y'all, when I go home, y'all have no idea how fast I'm going to get ready for bed. Y'all have no idea. I'm in good time, and so it takes me about. I've been on the phone with y'all for about 44 minutes. He's telling me I left the job at. And I would have been out of the office a while ago. Anyway, y'all have a great night tonight.